You know, honestly, I don't really know how to start this video off low key. First of all, thank you guys so much for all the support and love on the first episode. It was quite a fun time to do that, and I want to keep making more. Honestly, it was a very easy experience, which I can't always say for the videos that I've made in the past. So it's a nice change of pace that all I really have to do is just record me playing a game, record me talking about something random, splice them together, make a thumbnail, post it. It's like a 30-minute ordeal, and I love that. That's what it should be. If that's the amount of effort that I want to put into it right now, then that should be the amount of effort that I want to put into it right now. But that's kind of a good segue into our topic for today's video. So, I recently graduated college in the spring of 2025. I went to college for 4 years. And before that, I was in school in general for since I was like what 4, 5 years old, and it's kind of crazy that for the first time in my life that I can really remember, because of course I wasn't in school when I was a toddler or below the age of 4, but for the first time in my life, I am not in school, and it's kind of a weird, eye-opening kind of experience to be on. And for anyone that's recently graduated, or for anyone who is approaching that, and sorry if there's noise in the background. My cat is going crazy right now on top of my desk. In fact, Simba, get out of here. Hey, let go of my mouse pad, bro. Hey, let go. Let go. I'm not even gonna edit this out. You guys get to enjoy me trying to get my cat off my desk. Anyways, as I was saying. Also, I tried to make the audio not as loud as it was. I'll see how it looks like in the editing, but anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Let me continue what I was saying. So, it's an interesting experience. Not waking up every day and going to school. That in itself is weird. The next thing is that I really, at this point in my life, I don't have a full-time job. I have a part-time job, and then I do freelance for film related things. As I was a film major, so I do freelance and gigs for that specific thing. But I have a part-time job as well to allow me to do both at the same time. And it's interesting because there are some days where I wake up and when I have nothing to do that day, but everyone else around me has something, I just kind of sit here and I'm just like, man, it's kind of weird. Like I don't have anything to do, and everyone else is doing something around me. It makes you feel kind of, useless in a way. I mean, I don't want to say, you feel useless or hopeless, but at the same time, it's like, why am I not doing something today? When in reality, you've been working the last 4 days, or you've been doing gigs back and forth. Like you got stuff going on. This is your one day off. Enjoy it. You know what I mean? But it's hard sometimes, because you want to keep busy like how you were in school. And especially for the major that I was in, I mean, I was busy all the time. Because if you're any kind of arts major or anything like that, your entire degree is your extracurriculars. And the more you do, the more you can get good at your degree, and the more credit you can get, and the more experience you can get, which is kind of what doing art is all about. Being creative is all about just gaining experience and getting better at your craft. And I try to take any opportunity I could. And it's just weird, Like, it's weird that, like, now there are days where I wake up and I just don't have anything to do that day. And it's nice. It's just, like, it's a little weird. Like, it's a completely different change of pace. And I'm not saying that, like, I'm depressed or, like, I'm upset that I don't have anything going on, like, crazy. But at the same time, it is just kind of a little, like, wow, like, this is adulthood. I'm officially an adult now. I have gone through all the challenges and the ropes of, my young adult and teenage and childhood years, and this is kind of where it's all led up to. And now this is just the rest of my life. And that can be kind of scary, but it is what you make of it. And I'm going to be honest, like by the time I was getting close to being done with school and college, I was more than done. I was more than done with school. Just because like I've been doing it for so long, and I was just ready to get to this next chapter of my life of being able to do other things. But it's still like an interesting thing, like it's like, damn, that is really it's kind of crazy that I've been doing this one thing my whole life, and now I'm just no longer doing it. And I think the biggest thing for me is like there are so many goals when you're in school. For elementary, you're trying to get to middle school. For middle school, you're trying to get to high school. For high school, you're trying to get to college. College, you're trying to get that degree that you've been working for, for the last 4 years or however many years. Some people are in school for longer, depending on the degree or what classes you have to take. And that is just kind of crazy to think about. That I no longer have like that end game goal that's like been kind of put in front of me. Now I have to make up my own goals. I have to find the goals that work the best for me, and that go with what I'm trying to do as a person. And there's plenty of things. That's kind of the scary part, is that I could make a goal out of anything now. It's no longer just handed to me. Like, you're in high school. Your job in high school is to graduate, get a diploma. That's your goal. In college, your goal is to get a degree. Now that I'm an adult, what's my goal? Like, what am I aiming towards? And I think that's like the biggest thing, that if the quicker you can discover that, the quicker you can start, working towards it, and the quicker you can start, finding success in your life. Because I'm 22. I'm not going to be figuring everything out for a while, and that's okay. I have the time to figure it out. The time right now is to be figuring out the goals that I want to set for myself that can help me be a better person and make life worth living at the end of the day. And I hate to be like serious, but at the end of the day, you got to make life what it is. You're the one that can make life good or bad at the end of the day. And I just kind of have to remind myself that it's the choices that I make that determine how the rest of my life is going to go. And, I have a couple of like small, not small, but like small in the scale of like, it won't be life changing. It could be, it could lead to that. Like, one of the ones I can think of right now is that, especially like for next year, I kind of want to start this next year, whenever that'll be my first like full calendar year where I won't be in school, is to just be more healthy. And that is with eating, with physical activity, with, just everything. And like honestly, like everything that's to do with like my body. I just want to take care of my body in a better way. I feel like towards the end of school, and just in school and in college in general, I was not the best at keeping care of my body, which it's very important, especially for me. And I don't want to get too much into it because I do want to make a future video on this, but I do have a heart condition that does affect, and it can affect how I am depending on what I put in my body and how much physical activity I'm getting. It's important. It's very important that I get good health and good physical activity to be able to, run properly as a person. And I feel like I haven't been taking it as seriously. So that's a nice little goal. Another goal is that me and my girlfriend want to move possibly to another state one day. And that's kind of a big thing for us. That one will take a lot of time for sure. But it's still a goal. I think it's important that you think about these now so that you can start working to them as soon as you can. And that's what's really cool. Another like small goal of mine is I want to be able to find a full-time job that can help supply for me and my girlfriend, and eventually a family that I want to start. I think it's very, very important to me that I can do that for everybody. And I just hope that I can find that sooner rather than later, so I can start, getting all the stuff set up, like the insurance and just like the 401ks and all that, the big adult stuff that you have to do pretty soon for me. And I just kind of want to be ahead of the game rather than fall behind and watch everyone else around me, moving forward, and I'm stuck. That's my biggest like fear in life, honestly, is having people that are close to me, they're succeeding. And I'm not trying to say I want them to succeed. Heck yeah. But I want to be there right next to them. I want us to succeed together, rather, because I don't know. It's like, I think it's like a jealousy thing at the end of the day, which is something I need to work on. But like, I have to realize, and I already do, but I have to realize that there are people that have just different lives than me, and people are going to be one step ahead of me no matter what. But what's important to me is that I am one step ahead of myself. Because your biggest enemy, as they say, is yourself, and you always want to, better yourself in any way possible. And that's what I'm trying to do every single day. Especially every year. Like, I want to be better than the person I was last year. It's very, very important to me, especially now that I have the time and I have the drive to be able to be better. And that's something that I just need to work on, is like not looking so much at other people's success and looking at my own success and how I can make it even better than it was before. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think graduating college has been a very like eye-opening experience for me. I've done so much since I've graduated, and I'm going to continue to do new things, and more challenges will come my way, and I'm ready to face them. It's a different kind of challenge than what I was used to. Um, and I'm honestly very much looking forward to the future and what it has to store for me, because you don't know what it is. In college, you know that next year you're going to be in these classes. You're going to be doing this next year. You're going to be doing this project or whatever. Right now, my future is unknown, which is scary, but it's also up to me to make it what it is. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure it's a good one, because I want my life to be purposeful to myself. I don't need to prove myself to anybody else, but I want to prove myself to myself. And I hope I can do that. But yeah, I mean, sorry to get a little deep on you guys, but that's just kind of how I feel about everything lately. I promise not every video is going to be super deep and meaningful like this one, but there are going to be some that I definitely want to tackle whenever I feel like it. It's just that this has been on my mind since I've graduated, honestly. And this whole entire topic right here that I'm doing right now is kind of what gave me the idea to start doing YouTube, is essentially to talk about my life post-college and to share the stories and to share the experiences. Like, I want to make a video talking about like the things I learned in college, because I think it's a very good video for people that maybe are entering college or are in college, or the people that even that have been done with college and can relate, can kind of use and stuff like that. So if you guys want to see that kind of video, please let me know. But I did it this last time. I got a comment on it from my good friend Alejandro. He responded saying his favorite flavor was coffee, ice cream flavor. So today's question of the day is going to be, what is your favorite superhero? Leave it down in the comments below. Mine is probably, I'm generic. Mine's probably Spider-Man, maybe Batman. But yeah, let me know who your favorite superhero is. And thank you guys so much for watching till the end. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.